wanted to quickly review problem 8 of assignment 1, the use of sigma function. Again, it's very important that you had read through your textbook on those on that topic, pages 26 and 30, and to work through the problems that were presented in that textbook. If you haven't done that, go back and do that and then come back. Okay. Okay, so sigma, that little thing that looks kind of like an E, we use that throughout the course of the semester. It's incredibly important. It's the only new math that you're going to learn this semester, how to use that, okay? So on assignment 1, you had several problems where you were to use the sigma. I have that on the answer key that it should now be posted under week 1, so you can go look at the answer key for assignment 1. But I just wanted to go through it a little bit more thoroughly, again, especially for those of you that might be having a little bit of problems with that. So this is just problem 8. I have the answers below, and I'm just going to work through them a little bit. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects. So 6 subjects, so we have 6 data points for variable x and 6 data points for variable y. Okay, and here's show your work A through F. You're to do all of those. So sum of x. Okay, so what do we do there? Sum of x. Well, that's just, sigma means sum, so you just sum all the x scores. Right? And so I did that over here in the right bottom quarter. So x, 3, 8, 1, 6, 2, 7. You sum those together and you get 27. Okay. Now remember, sigma, you do the sigma, the summation property function last unless the sigma itself is involved in the parentheses. Okay, so let's look at B. So that is sum of x, that's in parentheses squared. So that's telling you to sum the x scores, which you've already done. We did that, that's 27, and then we square that value. Okay. So 27 squared is 729. C, sum of x squared. There's no parentheses. So this is a very different operation than the one we just did, even though they look quite similar. Right? That lack of parentheses makes all the difference in the world. So sum of x squared, we sum last, right? So this is telling us to take each x score and square it, and then sum those squared values together. And you can see that in that third column, in that little table over there. So I have x and then I have x squared. So I squared all those x's, and then the last thing I did was sum them together, and that was 163. So the answer to C is 163. Okay, D is sum of xy. So again, we sum last. So that's what that is telling me to do, is for each subject, take the x and multiply it by the corresponding y. Do that for all 6 pairs, and then sum together the product. Okay, so so I take 3, multiply it by 2, and I get 6. So that's the product of x and y. 8 times 5 is 45, 1 times 4 is 4, 6 times 4 is 24, 2 times 9 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21, and then I sum them all up and I get 113. Right, so that's my answer to E. Or sorry, D, that's my answer to D. Okay, E, what that's telling me is take each score, subtract 1, and then sum together those values. Okay, so again, that summation sign is not involved in a parenthesis, right? So I do that last. So I take each score, subtract 1, right? And those are each of the x scores. So that is 2, right, is the first score. The second score is 8, so I subtract 1, that makes it 7. I go through. So the next one is 0, 5, 1, 6, and when I sum together those values, it becomes 21. Okay, F, what I do is I take each x, subtract 1, and then square that value. And I do that for all 6 scores, right? So x, which is 3 in the first case, minus 1 is 2. I square that, and that becomes 4. Okay, the second value is 8, subtract 1, is 7, square that, and I get 49. The third score is 1. I subtract 1 from that, I get 0. Square that, I get 0. The fourth score is 6. I subtract 1, which is 5, and then I square that, I get 25. And I do the same for the final 2 scores in that data set, and then I sum together, and I get 115. Okay, so again, make sure you work through those problems in your book. There's a lot of good examples there, and we will continue to see this little sigma guy for the rest of the semester. All right, bye.